Previously on the Tale of the Phoenix. So we are now working towards tiering up materials. So you can see us fighting all these guardian creatures. This is for one of those 3 materials in the 500 cost dungeons. And as we beat it, you see we will get one of those orange level up materials right there. And then we moved on back to the crab, which is an old 500 dungeon that we've already done. But they also drop fruits, which is pretty good to tier up our talents, so we did that anyways. And then every 2 years or so there will be an auction house, and here we finally found a fire related manual. It's a passive ability. We're not exactly rich right now with only 5,000, so we'll see if we can squeeze one out. And we bid 2,500 only to get beaten down by... we're hovering for the stats. It's pretty good. It gives a lot of synergy for burn effects. This time the timer is paused, so we actually don't even get to see who will outbid us. But essentially the person who will outbid us will be the son of the guy who wanted to be our teacher. And we turned his father down. And he actually offered to dual meditate with us, and pretty happy with that. But now that he's trying to overbid us, I'm gonna, remember him in the future, not in a positive light. But we were gonna be able to nail down this orange tier passive with 4,000. There's also a red fire manual during this exact same auction, but clearly if we barely had enough money to get that one, we can't really touch this one. You can see that after 2 bids, we're just out of range here. So we won't be doing much. But right after the auction, guess who bought the red one? The guy who tried to outbid us on the orange one. And we considered asking him nicely for it, since we did have a dual meditation session with him and have 1 heart. But obviously he turned us down. Then I thought maybe I can steal it, but knowing that we are just outrageously beautiful, we're gonna get discovered right after the steal. So I looked at some of his stats, his moves. His moves were pretty bad. 3/4 of them were still in the Lian Qi tier, even though he's 1 tier higher than us. And yeah, we checked out his family, his friends. No one's really that strong. But then at the end, I looked at his raw stats, like his health, and I decided that he has too much raw stat from the tier up. So for this 1 book, which is a basic attack, it's probably not worth it. So we backed out and didn't try to steal this. In the future, when we're stronger and someone weaker buys stuff, we can definitely pick on them, since we're playing this evil version of us. But in this case, after much consideration of what we can do with him, we just decided to back out and be like, let's play it safe instead of stealing this. And of course, after we make this rough call, man, I considered for a long time to rob him. We went back to hunting for zones. So these soul guardians take a while to spawn. So we have no control over this. Obviously the reward would be a very high percentage chance of tearing up. So we beat I believe that one was the wind one, and now we're fighting the earth one. Although this kind of looks like wind as well. Or maybe I have them mixed up. Maybe this one was no, this is definitely the earth one. So we fought the wind one, fought the earth one. And then we had this situation. This is something I've never seen in the game. So he feels like he's from a righteous clan. And he came out, you can see his righteousness. He came out and said that I'm evil and wants to kill me. Now, of course, he's 1 tier higher, so I can't do anything to him. Like, I fought, I put the best medicine we have. I tried my best to fight him, but as you're gonna see, he takes 1 damage from what we do and he just like slaps us. And we die. He wants to kill us. So now we have a choice. We can, stick our neck out and be like, come and kill me, or we can plead for mercy. And as a selfish and cunning person, we are going to give him one of the purple tier up items that we actually don't need, to kind of hope he will leave us alone. And he agreed. So we're able to survive, but he is now our rival, and we're going to remember this name going forward. Because everyone that we want to hit is a tier higher, we're going to have to just, kill all these guardians. This is the water soul. So we're now missing, 2 more souls and 1 more material. This is the guardian for the last 500 dungeon. It was close, but we wiped him pretty easily. And that's going to bring us back to the episode. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. So as you can probably see from our highlight, a lot has happened. I pretty much spent more than 3 years of game time grinding to get to this point, and we have all the materials needed. You saw that we fought all the material guardians, and we also got 4 of the soulstone guardians, which means there's 2 element souls that we didn't get. And if we come take a look here, there's 6 of them. We showed 4, means I only got 4 to spawn for me, and there is still 2 that we can't really do anything about. Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. So as you can see from the 5-minute long highlight clip, we have done a lot between last week's episode and this week's episode. And as a matter of fact, I think I grinded for almost 4 years of in-game time to finally collect everything that we need to tier up. From the highlight, we saw that I have beaten all 3 guardian creatures from the 500 payment dungeon, and we showed 4 of the elemental guardians where we can get their elemental soul, right? Fire, water, lightning, wind, earth, and wood. So that means we're missing 2, and that's because in this 4-year period they never spawned. So because they never spawned, I pretty much had to go and farm the fragments, and we do have 100 fragments of each, so we can craft them ourselves. The purity is going to be a lot less than the purity we would have gotten if we had actually farmed them. But I also think now with the updates to the game, purity is actually going to increase a bit if we can upgrade our 炼器, which is something that is now one of the spawning bosses that we can beat. I haven't been doing a good job of doing these because I pretty much spent the full 4 years cleaning up the whole map. You can see we have found the boundaries where the mountain blocks us, and this is the lightning marsh, which we have not stepped in, and we found everything and farmed everything, and you know how slowly we move right now on our basic flying sword. So it took us a while, and we're going to jump into tiering up because we need to get stronger. We need to get stronger because we have a rival now. Because we are unorthodox or a bit evil, right? We are 200 evil, 170 righteousness, and we've been answering all the questions according to, you know, evil person, selfish person would do. We had someone who came by and challenged us because he thinks he's righteous. So he straight up asked us into a duel to the death. It's not one of those practice duels, and we lost. So we had to like give him an item to beg for our life, which I think is something a selfish person would do. So I'm not, you know, ashamed of that. And plus we get to keep one of our 9 Pisces amulets for the revival, so that's fine. Now we know who he is. We're gonna kill him in this run. Not right away, because he's 1 full tier and another full level into the tier above us. So once we max out next tier, get new moves, we'll go and kill him for sure. That's definitely the goal here. But right now we're gonna teleport to a main town where we can craft stuff, and we're gonna go pick up all the goodies that we've been stashing. So we do have the fire at 93 purity, the water at 96, 96 for wind, 93 for earth. We have fragments for the other 2 elements, and we do have 1 of each of these materials needed to tier up for better stats. We're gonna come to the workshop. We're going to get the lightning one combined. Right, it's only 1. Yeah, that's fine. We make 1 because we don't have 200 of them. 42. So the percentage here, what will happen is they will average the 6, and that's your percentage of tiering up without going through that tribulation, which doesn't really make the situation more difficult, but it's obviously nicer if we just straight up have higher percentages, which does not seem to be the case in this case. We have 2, that's quite bad, but 4 years of grinding, I think it's enough. we can just move on. And we can pick between the path of the man, path of the earth, path of the heaven, each one requiring more materials. We want the best because the more material we use, the better stat we get, right? +2 attack, +63 health, +8 crit defense, so forth. And the soul average out to be 78%. Good enough. Let's go for it. Come on. Pop that and give us that core right there. There we go. We passed. And we get to pick our attribute. So here's where we can actually focus pretty hard on this run because we know we are going to go fire all the way. So we have a better, we just basically can make better decisions here. In battle, if your mana is below 10%, immediately recover 60% of your mana. In every battle, this can only happen once. That is actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, let's see. This is called 灵能之雨, the rain of mana, right? Rain, like falling rain. 血灵入门, 战斗中, also mana. If in battle you don't have enough mana, you can use your health to use the ability. And the amount of health used is 5 times your mana value. Okay, 血灵, blood mana. Intro to blood mana. 入门 means it can be tiered up, right? We can tier this up. The cost is probably going to get reduced. 小宝的盾. So it's just a shield. Small treasure shield. You use your mana to form a shield. It can help you block one projectile attack. It can help you block projectile attack. Not just one, I don't think so. Can be upgraded to a medium tier, medium treasure shield. 煞气. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, so this is like you give off a powerful energy, but like the fearful kind. So if you're talking to other cultivators, they have increased chance of hating you. And if you're walking in a zone where you can spawn monsters, the monster will stay away from you. So that's actually opposite of what I want. I want friends, and I don't want to give up the chance to farm monsters. Especially since all the grinding is kind of cut out. So for you guys, the viewing experience is fine. So I don't mind fighting all of them when I do grind. Okay, 怒火中烧. So this is a jealousy play, right? Burning jealousy. If your opponent, a cultivator, has a husband or wife, you will deal 15% more damage to them. Because, you're single, so you're jealous of people who are a pair. So you deal 15% more damage to all of them who has a pair. 若有道心, straight up 30 points of Dao points. I think this is bad. Dao point can get infinite just by grinding, so we don't want to use this. So we want things that can change gameplay. And right now, the few that I actually am interested in is either just straight up every battle, if our mana drops below 10%, we immediately get 60% back, which I feel is huge. And this can also be upgraded from Ring of Mana into the Spring of Mana, which I would imagine will bounce back even more mana. Right, this will be free. This is like using your health. I think it's pretty straightforward, and we just go for this. The shield, I don't know. I don't know about the shield. I think we just go for this. All right, as we transcend or ascend, you enter into a fog. Within the fog, you see a guy who has almost no mana left. But then you see mana running into him. Right, basically you get the idea of how to restore mana. And that's us. We're going to be restoring mana, so we can spam mana. We get 40 more years to live. And that means we can grind longer. 20 points of Dao points, 17 attack, 11 defense, 362 health, 48 mana, 37 fortitude, some crit chance, crit multiplier damage, defensive against crit chance, defensive percentage against crit chance, physical resistance, elemental resistance, and some move speed. And that's in combat move speed. So we are going to get plus 66 in terms of speed of getting points, which I don't know why, but that seems lovely. Right, this is what we've done, and we're going to head over here. The next tier requires the tier 1 done. We bought the tier 1 done for that one, which is just a lie. And then we need 4 of these. These are the 1000 dungeons, which we know where they are. Here we just need a recipe and material. So this is not going to be hard. This is going to be slightly easier. Speaking of the recipe, this is the one that it's talking about. We will buy it. And I think we have to learn it as well. Yeah. And then basically we got to collect the necessary herbs, which we can check here. 50 of these. We currently have 0. You farm this in the lightning marsh. Same thing. Okay, so those are the things we're going to be hunting down. We're not going to rush into it because we need to tier up our skills, and we actually have a book saved from one of the auctions that we actually did. This is now completely useless, so we'll sell that. Also, we can buy better rings, right? We can buy this one for our new tier and a new mount, perhaps? Not here. It's not being sold here. I should also buy some teleportation scrolls for this zone. Maybe just 3. And then we need to sell this stuff and any extra shards that we have. And then we're going to educate ourselves with new abilities. This is this... oh, wait. This is the one we bought? Okay, this is a new passive. It's a magic elemental resistance passive, which is what we have, so we're going to replace it. But the cool thing about this is the increased burn time, 3.54 seconds on the third one. And whenever we enter a room at the start of combat, 3 random enemies will get a stack of burn, so free damage. And anytime we spawn a flame on the ground, either with our fox or with our special attack, which will cancel out any burns on the enemy and leave a spot on the ground, we can increase our attack by 6.75% for each fire we leave on the ground. So if we leave multiple 1, we can increase our attack by a bunch, I think. And then it lasts 5 seconds on us. But anyways, a lot of good stuff. So we are going to learn it. And because of our high intuition, we have a very slow and easy time in learning. And all the rerolls are great too, because we have so many points. Intuitions are used for rerolls. So we can reroll with much better result. Because we can't undo anything that's bad. Alright, we need another session. We didn't get enough. 70% though. And I wonder if we get more positive ones than negative ones just because our intuition is high. Because this word is the word for intuition. We learned it. Time to equip it. It's the same look, but... oh, time to convert. So you see that we only got 25 points, even though it's... someone mentioned, you know, we can save it because the number won't increase. It actually does increase. With each one, it will go up. So you saw that it's all 50, we have 4,000, but only goes up by 25 because the 50 goes up with each point you get. So it's not like you can just save this for a long time and then use it in a burst. That's not how the game works. So we need to get rid of that, and then we can forget that one as well. All right, we have used up the month, so let's get over it. All right, let's talk about, you know, cultivating. If the enemy is stronger than you, what do? We wait until we get an opportunity. If you see an enemy who actually is like you, would you be willing to accept him and become friends? Yeah, that's fine. Bird or egg first? This is a factual question. The bird came first. 先鸟先生蛋. Yeah, the bird had the egg first. We got some points. Ooh. We will never say no to this, especially since now we can actually get both points. And we can get some friends. Alright, so the Dunkong has spawned within. He will actually drop manuals for the next level. That's actually pretty useful. Now, is there anything actually useful here in terms of what they sell? Nope. That means we should go back to our sec real quick. Alright. We have to keep doing missions because we need to use points. We want to tier up. I feel like we can do it now, given that we tiered up, even though we haven't picked up any new moves. But if we don't, use that opportunity, we'll never pick up new moves because right now we're locked to this tier. The fox damage goes up, you can see, by like almost 40 points, 39 points, but the rolls are really, really bad, so I'm not going to do that. We need to get access to these two to pick up the good ones, and then we also want to get to over here to pick up the alt and the passive as well. This is a better version of the current passive that we're using for elemental resistance, and they have a physical resistance one as well. We'll try to buy all three eventually. We already used up all the fruits. We're at 50 points. We need 2 more here. We need 3 more here. So we're going to be able to max out our sect's points pretty easily. Now I guess we'll just grind together for a little bit until the new year. There's an auction coming up, and there's also going to be book refreshes, which are all cool things to check out. And I believe the game also updated part of their healing system where after a battle you heal unless you take in like grave amount of damage, you just come back to full. I don't know if it's a recent patch change or it's just it feels like a bug that you get free heal if you didn't take that much damage. Alright, we're gonna go the opposite direction first. Usually it's like a medicine or a chest. Or herb or a chest. In this case we got a chest. Just free stuff. We're still poor at this stage. And it's not giving us anything. Alright. That's okay. A few things will respawn. Our resistance high enough that it doesn't do damage to us anymore. Look, hit me. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Wonder if the boss will do any damage. Oh, there's no, this is a level 2. Right. There's a boss in the next dungeon that will do. But not this one. Yeah, this is a mini boss. Maybe he'll do some damage to me. I'm gonna tank it. Nope, too weak. Yeah, we got 2 from the chests. They're useless, we'll sell them. Let's see if the level 3... they will do damage. Okay. Very low damage, but they still will do damage. We still don't have enough damage to kill mob in one hit with our basic. Because our basic's from the past tier. I'm gonna use that. I don't want to get frozen. Still got frozen. Yeah, we left the fire on the ground, which would actually increase our attack by 6.75% if we get that mastery on that passive. Right now our passive is not mastered, so it's actually not activated. Which is why we need to grind. I mean, this game is a very grindy game, but the theme is nice and the art is very nice. If they can, you know, expand the combat system. I mean, right now the fire, I know the fire system actually it gets better than this. Right now we're just kind of in the early tier, which was we only get this, you know, try attack that we pretty much have to use. I think fire is all about channeling abilities. We'll get our opportunity to pick up a few now that we tiered up once. I should probably pick up those. The auction house, I think it takes about 4,000 to win an auction item right now. We can probably win one. The chance of it spawning more than like 2 fire related items is pretty low. Or, like, we're probably not going to see more than 2. So getting only one of them might not be so bad. Ah, it's a 6-tailed fox. Stack a couple burn on him. Pop it. Continuous damage. Kite and hit, kite and hit. There we go. Pick up that as well. Alright, turn all 3 missions in. And you can see that we're full health even though we fought and actually took damage. So it's actually interesting. I don't know what changed in the patch note, because I'm a little confused of why we got a free heal. These are the zones, 500 and 1,000. That's 1,000. There's another 500 one. So this is 500, 500, 500. Huh. Only 2? Xuanling. I only see that one. Oh, 2. There's 2 here. I thought there should be 4. Are we missing 2? Maybe there's a couple in the Lightning Marsh where we have to go eventually. But we're a little weak. We're actually going to go do another run at the 500 while we wait for the month. Because they drop fruits. And you can only do these once every 6 months. It's a big, long dungeon though. But I think you get like 3 fruits, which I feel like it's rather worth. Oh, I should test out the mana thing. I should use the mana abilities a bit more. And see if I drop to 10%, if it'll bounce it back for me. Man, at our current mana amount, 60% heal is like what? We are what, 232? 60% of that would be 138, 139.2, probably 139. And then if we drop to 10%, we're probably at 23. So let's use it. So we can probably get to, you know, 70% of our max. 6, like 160-ish. Which is plenty. Saving potions and also saving potential fortitude usage. And we can be pretty liberal because it's kind of like a free heal for our mana. Let's just go for the boss. I don't want to waste too much, you know, recording time with the grinding parts. And we should be able to wipe them out pretty quickly. He should die now. Drop some fruit for us. And we can auction off that item, the orange one that he drops. Alright, we got a fist fire, which is wasted. We have to sell the fire one because we're already at 50. That's something. Speaking of selling stuff in auction house, we should prepare ourselves for that journey. Because it is next month, and then the month after that we have our tournament. Let's do some stuff around this place. Do you have any mission that's reasonable? Oh, we don't have another one. Ooh, we're actually out of that. I can put another one of these into the auction. Oh. I just match it. There's usually a few bids. These are too cheap. I'll save these for heals. Oh, I could do the main quest line as well, or I could go. I don't want to go into the Thunder Marsh just yet. Any creatures on the map? Shengyun Xingshan. Okay, where is that? Right here. Okay, so there's a. I forgot what element, what type of skill, but there's. We picked up some herb from falling into a marsh. Oh, practice run, practice fight, not an actual fight. She's weak. She's in the first tier. You can tell by the health. Ah, flower user. Die. Yeah, our power level definitely took a jump just from the raw stat increase, not even getting new abilities. Alright, good amount of Dow points for us. Another challenger. Are you also? Yeah, also a tier before. So now we can just beat these guys up. Earth user. Blew the golem off too. Ah, commenting that we look hot because, you know, we have the highest deity look. Alright, there's gotta be someone near here. Where are you? Right here. That's a Danmo for pills and the ability to craft better pills, which is useful considering that we are about to craft a pill. Oh, it's a fingerstyle. I recognize this. We use this. Invisibility on the fingerstyle movement is pretty useless. Oh, we have a new ring that we bought and didn't put on. We need to buy the faster sword or whatever creature this here is, because that's going to make our movement on the map a lot better. I can sell some of this stuff before the auction as well. Alright, let's start teleporting all around different towns to buy all the stuff that we need to buy for the new tier, while we await the auction and our tournament, which happens to be the same month. Alright, even though the time is up, we have time to do all the teleportation that we want and all the selling that we want. Fruits actually might be useful. Sometimes people ask for them for different side quests, and having a few on you definitely doesn't hurt. Don't want these. Okay, load up on cash. Still not really enough, and we're also going to spend on a few things like a new ride. So first we're going to, also teleportation has cost. We're just going to visit every single town. Alright, we have the ring. We probably want to buy... These are for the wrong tier. Wrong tier as well. We learned that, we learned that. Okay, so nothing here. We can recoup some money by trading in some of these missions. Next town. Shopping spree, a new level. I think the pill that we need is going to be in the main town. Still not the right tier. We learned that. Alright, let's visit this town. Yeah, we learned all these as well. And that's the one we're using right now. And we have learned those. Feels like maybe there isn't a better one in this zone. That's the last town. We'll just make We'll just, you know, hit every place. Yeah, we learned everything. And it's a worse sword than the one we have. Bear skin might be the one thing we don't have. Alright, I guess we're going back. Auction time. The wood guardian just spawned. That's one of the ones we had to craft. If we were patient for maybe another year or two, we might have been able to get there. Alright, let's see. A second tier done for 70%. That's probably what we will end up crafting in terms of our ability. So we could just buy it. There's a fire one. Okay, so this right here is a channeling spell where you drop the meteorite on people. And this doesn't have any interactions with our basic attack, but the cool thing is it does have interaction with future alt usage. So obviously that's a good thing. But is there any other fire one? No. I'm not such a big fan of this ability because there's better ones. And it's also not red, it's orange. Which means I'm just going to pass on the whole auction here. I should be able to pick up money for... I guess we have to wait till next month. Actually, no, we got the money. So we had like 6,000. So those two sold for another 6,000. That's pretty good. So we pay like, you know, 500 to go into that dungeon. And then we come out of it with 3,000 for the items and then 3 fruits. So when we do grind, I'll grind those a little bit more. These herbs we do have. And we're mainly going to go back here to see if there's any new manuals, and also the tournament should be next month. Yes, next month. Here. See, here we have a purple tier 1 of alt. So if we can just continuously, if there's a channeling spell that we have, and when we channel, and if we kill anything with the channel spell, we'll leave a fire seed on the field, a little kindling of fire. When we have 2 fire kindlings on the field, we can use alt, consume all the kindling, summon out a fire creature that can help us attack. I think we want this for alt, because we are going to be so far away from that one. The only thing is we don't have any channeling abilities right now. That's the only thing. This increases channeling time, max channeling time, by another 1.28 seconds, which is pretty cool. Those are the only thing we can buy. I think we will buy that, yeah. We'll get ourselves an alt, or else we don't even have an alt. Pick up a mission, pick up a mission. Maybe I don't have to buy these. I think, you know, we'll probably get them from farming the dungeons. So let's learn the alt. So now we don't have a channeling spell that we can use. So the alt can never be activated. But once we do, which we will eventually have one, it's nice that we already learned it. And of course, it's going to take 2 times. There we go. And we probably want to bounce our mood back a little, because I think we learned, you know, 2 sets of things. Alrighty. Oh, and we didn't equip it. There we go. And a peek at the lower tier stuff to see if there's anything that's channeling. No, both of these are the same one we have. So no channeling spell here available for us right now. There will be a refresh in... Oh, because we learned stuff. Okay, we can do the tournament right now. Let's do it. Oh, another forge points. I'll farm that on my own time. One battle with her. Oh, she's in the late tier in our current tier. But her abilities are a mixed bag. Her basic is only from Lian Qi, so it's kind of old. She's a spear user. I think it's going to be close. Let's see if we can do it. I'm trying to put the burn on the ground. Okay, she does way too much damage. I can heal, but the spear move, really, that one hits us, we're pretty much dead. She got us. We need slightly stronger moves. This is like the third time I have failed this advancement, but pretty much because they're giving us opponents that's higher tier than us. Which is fair. She was in this tier, so she got 2 more stat boosts than us. Plus she had 3 of her abilities in this current tier. We only have our passive in this current tier. Everything else is behind. So between this episode and the next, I'm gonna have to grind quite a bit. So I'm thinking we turn this series into a weekly series and just do the highlight thing. So once a week, we get a lot done, we can show a lot, and it'll work out for everyone. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye.